Did you know that most solopreneurs give up before their very first product launch or never make it past those fragile early years? My guest today not only beat those odds, but built a system that helps entrepreneurs launch thriving digital businesses in as little as 14 days, 2 weeks. Holy moly, I'm so excited about this conversation today. I'm your host, Beverly Cornell, founder and fairy godmother of brand clarity at Wickedly Branded, and we've helped hundreds of overwhelmed, overachieving consultants, creatives, and coaches awaken their brand magic and boldly bring their marketing to life so that they feel more confident and attract their absolute favorite and most profitable clients. Today, I am joined by Sue Patz, a lifelong solopreneur, podcast host, and the founder of New Beginning. She has built a proven model that transforms ready-made digital products into global businesses without the overwhelm of content creation. Sounds like a superpower to me. It provides power tools, hybrid coaching, and thriving community. Sue is helping entrepreneurs around the world build sustainable income faster, but with more freedom. Welcome, Sue. I'm so excited you're here today.
Thanks for the opportunity.
I'm so excited because I was recently on your podcast. Now you get to be on my podcast.
You stole the show. You were so good. My goodness, it was really amazing. Thank you.
I love this. You're a lifelong entrepreneur. Take us back on your entrepreneurial journey, how you started and how it's evolved over time to where you are today.
Oh, that journey started long back. When I was a really small kid, I was totally against businesses. In my family, everybody were having jobs, but my distant relatives, they had businesses. They were super rich, but I saw them doing lots of unethical things. So I always thought, if you want to own a business, you have to do unethical things and you don't have life, because they didn't have life either. So then I thought, okay, I won't get into business and I'll marry a guy who has a job and basically we'll just have a high paying job and we'll live happily ever after. And as a teenager, if you're confused, you have two options. Either you go into drugs or you go into spirituality. And I'm really thankful that I got into spirituality, because there I got all my answers over there. So I continued that journey. Ours is arranged marriage. So when I was getting proposals, whenever I got proposal of a guy who has his own business, I rejected. I said, no business, no business. So then I married the guy who has a job. And I thought, okay, that will be nice, because then we'll have our ethics and values and we'll have peaceful life. So we got married and then we were like the dinks, like double income, no kids. Life was good. Until my first daughter was born. And when she was born, I just didn't want to leave her to daycare and go to work. It didn't make any sense. I wanted to do work from home. That time working from home was not that prominent. Then I realized if I want to work from home, I have to have my own business, because job is not letting me do that. By then I was deep into spirituality and I started understanding many principles. I realized that business is not bad and money is not bad. People just say money is evil. So that is not right. If you use money for right reasons, it just amplifies your nature. It is in good person's hand, it brings out the goodness in him. So vice versa. And I started realizing business is also not bad, because you are providing opportunity to other people. So you are becoming a solution side of life. You are no longer a liability. You are an asset. You are helping many other people. So my views were changing. And then I started businesses, and I had many businesses. I had a computer consulting firm. I also did a computer placement. I was also into network marketing. And some businesses, they really went on well and some didn't. But those who didn't go that well, and I learned from them. That was actually beginning. It started long back. But just before pandemic, I was bedridden for 1 year. I couldn't move. I couldn't walk. I had to think about my life, because it was near to death experience. Once I'm gone, what I want to leave behind. I just want the world to be a little bit better, because I was on this earth. I recovered also miraculously. I think it is totally because of the faith and spirituality and my positive mindset. Doctors wanted me to do spinal surgery. I refused to do that, because if they do one mistake, I'll be bedridden whole life. I recovered, and then I thought it was my bonus life, and I wanted to devote it only for solopreneur success because nobody understands solopreneur, neither their friends nor family. If they are not solopreneurs, they don't understand. And that's why I started blogging because I thought that is the best way I can provide free resources to solopreneurs. My blog started getting lots of traction. My blogs were always on spirituality and entrepreneurship. People started saying, we love your blogs. We don't have time to read. Why don't you start podcast? Every offer I have right now in business is based on my audience's feedback because I'm here to serve my audience. I'm not here to serve my ego, neither my imposter syndrome. But it's a long journey too.
A journey is never linear. I feel like it always has a little bit of bumps in the road. There's always some inspiration or moments of question and challenge. When I was 18, I also was very sick. I thought I was going to die. I planned my own funeral. It was very serious, and I miraculously got better after several months. It gives you a different frame of reference of what your purpose is in this life. I don't think people who've not had that really understand how important it is to leave the legacy and make the world a better place. I feel so connected in that. It was a very powerful time in my life, very hard time of my life. It does create a different sense of purpose and being planet for sure. Talk about looking back how you started versus how you've evolved, how you feel about your brand. How has that been created? Because you're still you, no matter what business you're in, and you are such a big part of your brand. So talk about how that process changed over the year.
Absolutely. Many times people get millions of dollars in revenue and they don't feel fulfilled because they don't understand their brand. You bring that into your business life. If you create your business aligned to that, you will have fulfilled and happy life. Once I was writing a sales page and I wrote there fun building business, and I got my sales page reviewed by some community members, and they say, what fun building business? They say, if I want to have fun, I will go out with my friends. I don't build business for fun. And then I was thinking, if you're spending more than 1/3 of your life in building business, you should enjoy that. I realized because their brand is not aligned to their vision and their goals, and their personal brand is different from their business brand. That's why they are just looking at their business as a chore and they are not enjoying the journey. They are not fulfilled. Brand is a critical thing. And I think your community member, they are really blessed because you are brand specialist. You are giving them a complete package. If they create revenue, they will be really happy and they won't die with regrets. Creating your brand, clearing your brand is so important. And that is what I'm doing. For example, I am writing a series of books on spirituality and entrepreneurship. They are actually publishing and all. It was not the idea of monetizing it. I just want people to get that message that people think if you are spiritual, that means you abandon everything and go to forest and live alone. I think that is an easy life because you are not dealing with difficult people. You are just dealing with your own self. When you are living your regular life and when you have spiritual principles incorporated into it, you will have basically satisfied life. I'm bringing spirituality and entrepreneurship because that is what I call myself, spiritual entrepreneur. I love these two pillars in my life and I'm bringing that, and I'm really happy because when I'm gone, I know that work will stay behind and that will empower many people. And bring your personal brand into your business brand, bring your visions and goals into your business. Once you have your business aligned to your brand, your life will be totally fulfilled and satisfied. And for that, no one better than Beverly. Even for my audience, I would say that she's brand expert. I just figured it out by trial and error. I spent a lot of time and money, and I don't think I have reached to the perfection of that. So that's why even I'm going to collaborate with her. So I would recommend to your audience, if they haven't, I can tell the same thing for my audience. Contact her and just set up your brand so that you will have fulfilled life.
You're so gracious in your giving into my audience and to reinforce the work that I do and why I'm so passionate about it and why it's so important. I was having a conversation earlier today and I'm trying to refine some things with my messaging, but I don't know if it's the right thing. They're like, oh my gosh, Beverly, you are freaking amazing. You don't understand how many times when you're talking, I'm getting lost in what you're saying because it just speaks to me. I got a little teary-eyed. This is the spiritual side of the work for me. I'm connected to people. I'm connected to the universe. I'm connected to something more than myself. I have so many clients who've come to me with money mindset issues. You referenced that earlier. This idea of making too much money or money being evil. I've had to help them get over that. When you have a gift to help others and you have a servant heart, I feel like almost all of my clients do. They have a deep passion to help the world. They have to want to magnify their impact on people. When you are rewarded for that financially, you're able to give more.
I totally agree with you. I also want to say there has to be some energy exchange. That's why I started blogging, because I thought I'll give all the resources for free and the solopreneurs will get head start and then you get a shortcut to success. That was my idea. But I was so wrong, because what happens when you give anything for free, people put it on shelf. They don't take action. When they pay more resources, they give more time, they give more attention, and then they see the transformation. Do you know the results for the low ticket memberships? For the live calls, people show up for the live calls is 1%. For mid ticket, on an average, people show up for live calls is like 5%, a maximum 10%. Mid ticket means something like $50 to $100 per month. For high ticket mastermind, people showing up for live calls is 80%. When you are investing $1,000 per month or $5,000 per month, people take it seriously. They show up for the training, they take action.
You can actually make a difference in the world by using your gift and having the exchange of money. And when you do something really well and you know your brand and you are living in your purpose, the joy you have from that is such a beautiful gift too. You have the sense of purpose and belonging that you didn't have before. And it's extremely powerful. It's not just marketing or business. I actually say when you're living in your alignment and in your purpose, marketing can actually be fun. I want to bring fun back to marketing. When you're in your alignment, you're digging it all, you're loving it all, because it's you. It's essentially you that you are spreading around the world. So many clients are worried about asking for more money. And when we brand them, we give them the confidence to raise their prices. Actually, what they deserve to be making. That extra income allows you to reach your vision quicker, faster, and more strategically than if you just puddled along and didn't have that intention. It's just much more magnetic in that way.
Pricing is so important. Sometimes when you have really value-packed offer, and if your pricing is low, people doubt. Oh, you are showing so many things, then why your price is so low? No, then you also lose trust. And see, again, that's why I say spirituality and entrepreneurship, they go together. For spirituality and materialism, both are actually in the balance. So nothing is overpowering. For me, it was really a life-changing moment when I went to Florence and I saw Duomo just from outside, because this has a totally different feeling in my heart. When you go to airport and you want to buy a ticket, you cannot say, okay, I'm spiritual, so just give me a free ticket. They will ask you dollars. Yeah. Even for any good work, you need that currency.
Yes, the world revolves around that right now. Such a good conversation about financial mindset and the possibilities that you could have when you're intentional. Tell us more specifically about who you help now, the transformation you offer, and give me an example of someone maybe you've helped and what that looked like.
I just saw what people were suffering and struggling. So every offer is created based on that. I have 3 tiers of where people can join. I have various offers. They can just take it and do it yourself. I also have a hybrid coaching where it is done with you. So there I have a one-on-one every week, lesser coaching, and AI-based workflow so that their workflow is easy. Then human collaboration. I have human beings for collaboration, AI workflows in the modules and the lectures. So it is based off even those both worlds. So that program I have where I show people, even if they're starting from scratch, they can see the money in 12 weeks. When I was getting started into the business, digital business, I was told that you will see real money only after 3 years. And I didn't like that, because how many people have resources to stay in business? They don't see real money for first 2-3 years. So then that's why I created offers that people can see money within their 3 months. And even if they're starting from scratch, I have case studies where people saw money in their first week, but that's not the norm. This is really cutting short. Instead of 3 years, you can see money in 3 months. And that is actually proven. We give guarantee. And now I'm having actually even higher level where people can unlock their unlimited potential by using the universal principles. And that is also a part of spirituality. And that is a really high one-on-one coaching. Depending on where you are, people can become part of my community. You can join my free community, just see what kind of help we are providing in collaboration and cross promotions. Afterwards, depending on your needs, you can become part of any of our paid offers.
Who typically are you helping? Who's your niche?
Basically, I really want to focus on more on spiritual based entrepreneur, heart centered entrepreneur. They are the one who bring lots of goodness in this world. They can be called as small business owners. Sometimes they can be called solopreneurs. They can be at various stages. They might have already successful business, but they want to scale further or they want to have extra income.
What kind of programs are you helping these entrepreneurs launch? Give some examples.
My focus is on digital. Any offer they can download on computer or their cell phone, and all digital offers, they range from, actually, you can just say from free to thousands of dollars. You can sell just one template for $10-20. You can have custom GPT for $30-50. Or you can have e-course for $300, $500, $1,000. I have module, they can create their own digital product. But if they are looking for ready-made digital products, then I have a huge database. They can take those digital products ready-made. You can rebrand them and sell them, or you can sell them as it is so that you can get the head start. So depending on your needs, I have both the options.
This particular season is all about the brand, how you activated your brand, how you've brought it to life, where you actually feel aligned in your true self and purpose. Was there a moment that it actually felt like yours? Talk about how you got to the place where you feel like I am in full alignment. Was there moments along the way, hints of that I'm on the right path, that this feels aligned to me?
As a solopreneur, you are wearing many hats. Once you know your goal, your vision, your brand for your life, for your business, when you start your day, you give priority to that work. Then the rest actually can come later if you have time left over. When you assign your day, the activities based on that, you know you are properly aligned to your brand.
Yes, I love that so much. It's so good. If you're listening and you hear this and you're like, oh, that's where I need to be, I would love for you to tell us that. Tag us in social media, give us a review, let us know, oh my gosh, that hit hard. Because it is such an important moment. I oftentimes work with my clients and I say, I want you to write a list of drivers and a list of drainers. What is one thing you can do this week to get rid of one of your drainers so you can get closer to your magic? Because that is where you're going to find the flow. It's where you're going to find where you're the most joyful and you feel most connected to the work you're doing. So good, Sue. Thank you. You have decades of experience as an entrepreneur. What has been the hardest marketing lesson for you personally, and how has it transformed your approach?
Everybody says that email marketing is the highest ROI generating platform, and I had tough time starting email marketing. Initially, I remember I was just nurturing my audience. I was not selling anything. Still, people were unsubscribing. I said, why are you unsubscribing? I'm just trying to add value. I'm not even selling any of my things. Sales was a taboo word for me. I was in one meeting and that one lady said, I never hesitate to share my offers because she said, that is the best thing I have in my life. Why shouldn't I share that? That totally changed my perspective. I started just putting into my PS section and they started converting so well. And then I realized I was just giving them all the value. I was giving them knowledge constipation. And I was not telling them what to do next. Then I realized they were waiting for me to give call to action. It's just because the respect I'm giving to my subscribers, I always write my subject line is so clear so that you read the subject line, you know exactly what it is going to be inside. And people are not looking for perfection from you. They are just looking authenticity from you. And people accept you the way you are with open arms if you are authentic.
Yes. And you know what? I don't think I ask enough for the sale. And knowledge constipation is a great visual. I'm a very visual person. And I do the PS and I do sometimes ask, but what is a good frequency of asking and nurturing? Do you have a magic formula for that?
I don't have magic formula. On an average, mine is Basically, I have 3-4 emails going in with nurture, and then at the end of the week I have either flash sale or something really special deal through emails. Generally I don't do my high ticket product sale. Those are generally low ticket or mid ticket items. I don't do high ticket. It has to be done high touch.
It's just a good reminder, even for a marketer. I really do believe that you have to lead. Someone always needs to know the next step. Give them the keys to the next step. And it's such an incredibly important part of it. And even I need a reminder sometimes to ask for the sale more often. It's such a truth. I don't know why we feel so afraid or small that we can't ask for the sale. Such a good internal shift to think about from your own perspective. What do you think has been one thing you've let go or delegated, some of your drainers, that has made your business feel far more sustainable now? Is there one key thing, and what happened to make you want to get rid of it?
Actually, that you can create a workflow and automate. You can delegate. As a solopreneur, many people have this dogma that, okay, nobody can do it better than me. Delegation can be done by two ways. You can create automation using AI. I'm just setting all the automation, so when I'm on vacation, those things will keep on performing. I also have a team. Team will be working on other part of the things. They will be creating reels and they will be creating podcast publishing, and my team will be doing that. I have a checklist. I have a workflow so that whoever joins on my team who is a new person, they don't know, they can go through the checklist. They know what to do exactly. So it is as detailed as possible. So you can surely actually delegate that work, and you have to create time for yourself.
You said something that was so powerful to me, because in the beginning of my work, I said, gosh, I just wish I could clone myself. And what I realized is by creating systems and processes and delegating that to my team, I've literally been able to, sometimes they do it better than me. That's what's really crazy is one of my assistants, she's amazing, Michelle, she gets in my head. Like, she sees the vision before I even see the vision. When you have a strong team, which also took me some time to work out, and you have these systems and processes, you are able to step aside some of those things and free up my space to develop things that are even better for the business.
Absolutely.
If you don't have a team, you only have so many hours, so many times in the day, all the things, and automations have helped with setting up project management folders, creating Google Drive folders. It's just less paperwork and time that I could be actually doing and talking to a customer. And that's where I know is the much better use of my time. And it is the one commodity we cannot buy. We cannot do anything with. It is the most finite thing we live with in this planet and this world, is the time that we have. Such a way that you can automate, delegate. You need to get as much off your plate. Every quarter, I do drivers and drainers, and I get rid of more. And once you start doing it, it is so freeing, and you're like on a roll. Like, you cannot stop, because it just becomes this thing that helps you build better, feel happier. It's kind of addictive.
Even the team is also like a marriage, because there is no one going to be perfect. So team always means you have to be really understanding. I allow them to do mistakes, but you cannot keep on doing the same mistake again. You have to learn from your mistake and move on. As far as their heart is good, I give them chances.
Agree. I don't expect anybody to be perfect. My goal is progress over perfection. I've learned from my mistakes that there's the most valuable life tuition in mistakes, and it's extremely powerful. I have the story that I tell my team that in the movie industry, you have a director, you have a choreographer, you have a costume designer, you know exactly what to say, exactly where to walk, all the things are in place, right? It's highly choreographed. When they go to run their lines, how many takes do they have? They have a lot of mistakes. And those mistakes, when they even know what they're supposed to do, and there's a whole team of people that know. So if you expect by yourself in this life, as we figure it all out, to not make mistakes, you are sorely mistaken. Give yourself some grace.
Actually, my mentor says the day you become perfect, God will call you, because no human being is perfect. As far as you're better today than yesterday, you are on the right journey.
I love that. Okay, so I have a magic hat, and it is my rapid fire round. And here's a bunch of questions, whatever comes out, okay? First question is, what's one book, podcast, or entrepreneur that has made a lasting impact on your entrepreneurial journey?
I can just say the Gita. Yeah, that actually made lasting impact on my life. I read Bible too, but for me, Bible is really hard. It's not simple to understand, but the Gita, I could understand it. And that's why I'm reading series of books, the Gita for kids, the Gita for entrepreneurship, the Gita for housewives, the Gita for working women. I'm writing series of books based on that.
Lovely. I love that. What's been your most unexpected serendipitous moment in business? Hey, I know you're listening today because you're ready to take your business and your brand to the next level. But if you're being honest with yourself, maybe even feeling a little bit lost, but you've got this big vision and you know that you're meant to make a bigger impact. But sometimes it's so hard to know where to start and which direction to take. Does that sound familiar? You're not alone. So many purpose-driven entrepreneurs feel the exact same way as you. That's why I created the Clarity Quiz, a simple tool that helps you get to the heart of what's holding you back and shows you where you need to focus next. No more second guessing, no more spinning the wheels, just clear, actionable insights that give you the confidence to move forward, that next best step. Taking the quiz will give you a deeper understanding of your brand's true potential and what's standing in your way. And the best part, it only takes like 3 minutes, but the results, they could transform the way you approach your business and brand forever. So if you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed and you want to start showing up with purpose and clarity, go to wickedlybranded.com and take the quiz now.
I'm experiencing that every day. And that is the faith. Actually, you have to experience your faith. Every moment is full of miracles. Just because I'm going to backyard and I'm seeing peaches, seeing a flower blooming, that is a miracle. It is happening every day, every moment.
Yeah, I think it's what you look for. If you look for miracles, you will find them. If you look for evil or negative or complaints, you will find them everywhere.
Basically, there is a big screen, and if there is a one black dot, people focus on black dot, but there is a whole white sky.
Yeah, exactly. So have you ever thought about quitting, and what pulled you back?
No, actually, I never quit anything. And sometimes my kids think that is a problem. And I think it is better to quit few things, but it didn't come easy because I want to hold on everything. And somehow that was ingrained in my mind. I shouldn't be a quitter. Quitter is a loser. When you are actually going at higher level, you have to let go of the lower level things.
Yes. What is the worst advice you've ever received?
I cannot call them worst advice. I would just say still it was the advice someone who was giving me. They were having the best intention, but the advice was not suitable for me.
What feels right for you? What's a surprising way that your personal values show up in your business?
Other people's behavior doesn't bother me. And I think that is one of the best benefits. And it shows everywhere surprising way.
I think if you can let it go, let all that stuff go, and let them do their thing, that is a very powerful lesson because it doesn't really involve you and you can't have that expectation. It's really hard. So I do have a magic wand, and my magic wand helps us travel forward and back in time. So I want us to go back in time to 18-year-old Sue, and I want to give her a piece of advice that you wish you had known then that you live all the time now.
The piece of advice for 18-year-olds, so I would give is don't put yourself on the back burner. You give priority to yourself because once you are good, you can add value to other people's lives. Because I learned everything hard way. See, I was bedridden 1 year because I didn't take care of my health because I just kept on giving. When your cup is full, you can give more and more to others. If your cup is not full and if you are trying to give to others, you are hurting yourself. Give yourself enough priority because once you are good, everything is good. So that is what I would say, 18-year-old.
What would 18-year-old Sue say about your life now?
My 18-year-old Sue says that you evolved a lot because most of the people, they have the same thinking as they are born and when they leave the earth. 18 years old Sue is really proud of this Sue because she sees that Sue has been changing and improving every day. 18-year-old, I was a basket case. I was more like a liability, and now I'm on a totally different side of the world. I'm more like asset. So 18-year-old Sue is very proud of current Sue.
That's awesome. I'm going to wave the magic wand and we're going to go to the future. What ripple effect do you hope your story or your voice has on the next generation of entrepreneurs?
So the books which I'm writing, those are going to leave behind and they're going to help every human being on this earth, whoever chooses to. I hope it reaches to everyone. That's why I'm writing book for every different niche. And when I'm gone and when I'll be reborn next life, I have no connection with this because I will be totally forgotten that I had done that work. And so I will have no credit, no nothing related to that. But when I leave this earth, I will show my face to the creator and the creator will say, good job. I'm faithful servant. You did a really good job. And I just want that. I don't want to prove anyone on this earth. I just want to prove to the creator that, okay, I'm a good person. And that's why I'm not looking for other people's approval.
It's good. I feel like that it's sometimes the most simple things, right? It's the most simple things that matter. The last part of this segment is about what does being wickedly branded mean to you and how do you show up wickedly branded and what advice would you give to others to be more wickedly branded?
Many times people have imposter syndrome and I had imposter syndrome myself. Whatever thing you think, okay, this is not perfect, that is actually helping you a lot because now English is my third language and there might be so many other ladies, they are hesitant to start their own business and they are scared. But no, my success will give them hope so that they can start and they can scale their own business. Anytime your imperfection, it's your actually a plus point. So you should use that. Means there is a story, right? There's one bucket was having a hole. There was a lady, she always carried two buckets. One bucket was perfect, other bucket was having hole. Then the bucket with hole was telling her that I'm really sorry. I'm not letting you carry all water to your house because of this hole. But she said, just look at the walkway. I always hold you on the side where all the flowers are there. You are watering all those flowers. You created that walkway so beautiful. So I know your imperfection and I know how to use it for benefit. So if you think you are not perfect, that is your brand and you give hope to others because of your imperfection.
That is such a nice story of finding the good in all things, even in your flaws or the things that you think that don't have value, what it can teach. And it is something that sharing my story of how I've struggled is just something that I feel there are people who struggle too, and maybe they just need someone that says, hey, I'm here. I'm giving a hand to that. I love this story so much. So where can our listeners connect with you and your work and what you're up to, Sue? Learn more about New Beginnings and your podcast. Talk about where people can find you.
Yeah, you can become guest on my podcast like Beverly. You can actually, it is New Beginning Inspiration for You podcast. You can listen and review and rate and let us know what topics do you want us to cover. We'll surely cover because my every episode is based on the feedback I get from the audience. Also, my website called newbeginning.com and new is spelled newbeginning.com, and there you will find lots of free resources, lots of freebies. So you can join our free community, joint venture collaboration. It is on Facebook and I'm also transferring on courses.gg. So there is a free community also on LinkedIn. I'm active, but on LinkedIn, I got verified. So I had to put my real name and my real name is really long, Sumedha Patwardhan. So I hope you find me. Actually, I'm an influencer on LinkedIn. I'm very much active over there. I have a new website coming up, supats.com, and that will be only for my spirituality and my books and basically some one-on-one programs over there. So there are various places you can find me and get help of my free community and just see how we can help you.
That's such good information to help find. And there's free information, which is great. So you can learn as much as you can and see if you want to dive deeper with Sue. The 2 encounters I've had with her, plus our LinkedIn chats, have been amazing. This conversation's been incredible. For my listeners, I really hope that you found today's episode. It would give you some new ideas, made you not feel so alone in some of the struggles on money and all the different things, and maybe think differently about your drivers and your drainers, and to take a little bit of action around that, because here is the most important thing. Your message matters, your work matters, and the world needs to hear what you have to say. Marketing isn't just about visibility, it's about impact, it's about connecting with the right people in a way that feels true to you. So just keep showing up, keep sharing your brilliance with the world, and keep making the magic you are meant to do on this planet with the world. And hey, if you ever feel stuck, know that you don't have to do it alone. People like Sue can help, and we're here to help you turn your sparks, your ideas into a wildfire for the world to enjoy. So until next time, I want you to dare to be wickedly branded. Wow, what an incredible conversation we just had. I hope that this episode lit a little bit of a fire under you to finally bring your brand to life in a way that feels true to you. Remember, clarity is the spark, but activation is that fire and flame that keeps your message and your visuals and your strategy aligned, and the confidence that follows. So does that lovely thing called momentum that you've been waiting for. So if today's episode, if you loved it, make sure you are subscribed to the Wickedly Branded Marketing Podcast so you never miss an insight or a conversation. Until next time, dare to be wickedly branded.